This might be, this can turn into something fun. Okay. This is the last leg after Nagigumpa, and due to some, let's say, paperwork problems, I can't take that route, which is going to the villages and then Pulahari and Kupan, so I don't want to go back the other route because that's all the way to Budanelkanta. In an ideal world, I should never have left, of course. So we're looking at doing a very steep descent with some leeches and spiders and shit, and a wrecked knee. So I guess this is welcome to the relative world. It's just damn steep. Oh, it will be fun. It's the way we came up. So at least I know that there are some stairs down there, and it should be possible to follow the track because it was quite overgrown, so I'll basically probably see our own tracks. Fun. So here we go. There's another track further back that is actually seems to be less steep, but I'm not gonna risk it. This is the known track. Garbage, of course, that's not ours. And, oh yeah, I got plain shoes, no grip. So the trick is, if my bad knee slides, I slide. And I guess there's no real cliffs or anything, so no problem. Hey. Making for some interesting clips, maybe. Oh, fuck. Which one is it? Well, these tracks are made by herders and some animals and some waterfalls. They should sort of converge, going down all the way, all of them. Yeah, this is the track, I guess. Hey. And if this is not the track, it's gonna be interesting. Oh, this is a deer, is it? A boar had, seemingly a boar upended one of the scruffy lawns last night. That would be a tiny one. That would be a piglet boar if it is a boar. That's probably or some animal that I have no idea what is. And there is. This is horrible. Pathfinding 2025, or I guess 1995 as well. Follow the garbage trail. I mean, it's tragic, but it's very simple. Soft earth. No grip to twist my knee around with. So, and I just landed myself in a spot that does not seem to belong to any track. Fun. Pure fun. And my Nepali is close to 0. And I'm not married or half Nepalese like the guys who took me up here. Oh shit. Well, it's a benign country. People are relatively sane, so even when I'm insane, should be kind of okay. This is how it is. I might remember this tiny section. Once turning around, it looks familiar. I think I remember. This is... well... There's been rain, so that's probably covered our tracks, and that is definitely some kind of animal. And this is a blind. This is a cul-de-sac. Maybe I'm on the wrong side of this ravine. Probably. Shit. Okay. What happens if I descend under the ravine? Yeah, I can get... This big tree might be where we had a tiny stop. Let's see, once I choose this route, I'm not going to go back up unless I totally have to, so let's see if I make it to that tree. And then 2 meters. I thought I was on the wrong track, 2 meters on, and looks like this is the track. I'm not too used to doing this kind of forest wandering. Used to take lots of shortcuts and things when younger, but you sort of depend on getting something this tight right. It's not what I'm used to. It's the same principles, of course. Get lost. Figure out where you are, get lost again. Figure out where you are, get utterly lost, and then find some vantage point and go from there. And this tree, the one I mentioned, is not the tree, but this one is, I think. So, or shit, maybe not. This is definitely a track. So I think I'm on the wrong. I think I'm on the wrong track, but I think I'm on a track that would take me somewhere, which means that I'll try to get that tree, because that is where we had a tiny pause. Even if I have to... Oh, fuck it. I do not like spiders. Something about that whale hollowing out and eating other insects. I mean, is that honorable at all? Third candidate for the tree waypoint, and this one looks even more like it. So Ay, ay, ay. This is such a tiny, tiny thing. Oh. Such a seriously tiny thing to do. Fuck. Ah. But my point is, what the fuck am I doing way out here with a knee injury that might well turn much worse? So, the alternative is much worse. Yeah, this is the way, but another one. Oh, fuck. The alternative is to stay back in Europe, get weaker instead of stronger, stressed instead of having glimpses of something that is utterly beyond shit. Oh, this is gonna be worse than I hoped for. Hopefully less bad than what I have feared. Ah, shit. I think I have to backtrack. This is too tight. Problem is, I can't see. Stepping for each step, I can't see or predict fully. Thorns too. I can't predict fully where my foot is gonna slide. So, which is good for retraining a knee, but not good at all if you do a real mistake. I'll backtrack up a way that I haven't been. My trees. My clothes are gonna be all worn out. Could give up and do the easy thing, but that's not my nature. It's definitely not my nature. As long as I go slow, it's a good thing. Slow and very deliberate. If I go back with all torn up clothes, panting like a bloody seal, I would demand that I'd stay on for longer, I'm sure. Fuck. Okay. Let me follow my intuition. Let's do that tree. Let's backtrack all the way up to the flank. That might have been invisible coming from the other way. And then see what's on the other side. I did stumble twice. First, twisting the knee exactly the way that I should fare. Fortunately fine. Then right after, just tumbling not far Like I mentioned, it shouldn't be any steep rock faces or anything here, so, and if there are, I'll be very careful around those. But we now, and there are serious thorns. Shit. Yeah, this is definitely the track we took. Oh, I was close to stumbling another time. Fuck. Oh, I have no grip with these bloody shoes. Barefoot is impossible here, but sandals might have been better. You get better feel. Oh, not sure if that entanglement in a thick of thorns is on. It's recorded, but this is insane. Well, there is this thing. The place I've been is definitely a mandala. It definitely has extreme qualities, both from the history, of course, and directly from Ugen Turku himself, but then it's continued, and these, at least the nun that I interacted with, she has definitely some, not a minor, she has some kind of realization of mind. I've always been a very too sensitive person, and it's a problem quite often. But then, oh shit, big spider, I'm gonna duck that one. But then when it's also very useful to judge for myself, is especially should I not trust someone, but should I interact with someone, should I kind of give them a lead to a certain degree, so that my mind is going places that it wouldn't have gone. And some place like this, I would be happy to do that with almost anyone, because it is a mandala. It is it's a highly organized from within. It's organized from within, a highly organized space from within, where there is a lot of protection and kind of automatic guidance and all of these things. And then quite often before you, well, this is what people say, and it matches my experiences. When you aspire to go a place like that, there's often obstacles, there's often the wildest things that want to keep you away, and then when you leave, the same thing can happen. There's some view here. And of course, if that happens, I'm not sure if I should have stayed longer. I don't think I'm kind of shying away from it. Maybe I should have stayed a little bit longer. Maybe this flow of events is kind of disturbed a little by, like me, getting kind of straight into a more stressful relative world rather than doing it really slow. So I'll just view it like that. View it as my own ignorance and stupidity somehow. But since I am in the relative world, since I am in a ravine-like thing, where am I? There's no grip. I can't even find vines that are solid, and there's thorns whenever I slip. So, how are we getting close now? Flowers. I'll just have to keep going. Of course, going up would be easier. I would know exactly where I've been. Oh. What's that? Some kind of foodstuff, maybe? Something poisonous? I got no idea. I really do not know the flora here. Ah, spider. Sorry, spider. I just don't like you. Oh. Well, it's early in the morning. I'm fine. The knee actually absorbed that slip in a very good way. No pain at all. But if I end up at those trees down here, and there's a cliff face or some kind of garden, forbidden zone, that's when. That's when I'll just sit down for half an hour and figure out what the fuck to do. Okay, onwards. Okay, I know that I'm on the wrong track now. But it's very slippery, it's very steep, but it's going somewhere. And honestly, I'd prefer to kind of half slip myself half the way down to those trees. Because there's something about the ridge line there. There should be 100 meters down. It should be possible to traverse to each side, I think. I'm gonna wish myself good luck this time. Oh, I found an actual track. I think this is probably not the one we followed. It's probably parallel, but it's clear. It's been used. The one we took had grown over, which is why it was very hard to follow it from where I knew we ended up. Oh shit. It's like micro mountaineering with very dodgy ropes. And it's funny. Oh shit. This is like, if I was a teenager I would just jump. I can't. So, some things come back from being a kid, like I kind of forgot that thorns, these thicket of thorns, do not occur where animals kind of run and move a lot, because they would just ignore them, some of them at least. So they're leech now. So when there's a lot of thorns, it means that maybe it's not a good idea to go through there. I'm kind of getting used to the local fauna a little bit. Okay. Just gonna see how it goes. Shit. So, well, I found a rail track and I probably lost it. It's kind of impossible not to here. And this is a real challenge. I might have used up my quota of the day of mistreating my knee. It's hurting the way it did when I initially got that injury, which is not good. Ugh. That essentially means that I think I'm more than halfway If I don't find the stairs we took up, this might be rough for the knee. The rest should be fine. I'm not sure if I'm in the right spot, but as I had a hunch of, it's leveling off a little, so with this kind of wannabe jungle, you can't even find a spot to sit down. It's all wet and muggy and thorny and spiders and who knows what. I haven't even thought too much about snakes. They'd hear me a mile away, like some kind of galloping ox through this. So I might do the thing that I would loathe to do, which is see if we can find those stairs on a map. I might do I think I remember this. I'm not sure. Maybe this tree. I might use maps to find out where the heck I am. It shouldn't be more than a few hundred meters off. Here there's a track. Maybe that's the one we took. Yeah, I think that's the one we took. So I've got a nice offer. The universe is offering me a nice dry spot there, but I'll decline the offer. And maybe that's stupid. We'll see. So I opted for the dry spot after all, and this is why I never really want to use things like GPS and maps and shit, because of course there's not much coverage here. But I might be further than I thought. It's close to like some kind of civilized area. I'll probably end up in the backyard of some luxury resort or something. There's one down here, so that would be hilarious. Okay, just got to keep going. Well, now my leg is stiff at least, which makes it even slower, but I want to be able to walk the mountains here at some time, not be a cripple for another 6 months or so. Oh. Why the hell did I not keep to doing things at sea? I remember I've had my own sailboats for 20 years and gradually doing wilder and wilder things and all alone out there. And I remember once in like these lazy long amplitude waves, not really sleeping for 3 days and nights too much, totally exhausted, even no water left. I think I kind of boiled some shit, eating dry soup out of the bag and thinking like, why the hell am I doing this? Then a couple of weeks later I crossed the only ocean I've crossed, the only solo ocean, one of the smaller ones you can do where you're totally alone, there's no one around, there's only sea and you and the boat. So I did that, and of course it was a very special experience, and I remember thinking, oh, I'm glad that I didn't get hooked on that, because it's damn exhausting. like to do the Atlantic solo or something. I mean, I know I could do it, but why? Even if you're a crew, I mean. So I had my limits there, and maybe I should find my limits now here. It's obvious that I'll never be a mountaineer or young daredevil ever again. All I want to achieve is to get more mobile again. If my knee is wrecked and I have to deal with it, I'm capable of doing that. It's the passivity, it's the to be forced not to move. That is, especially if, like, no work permit, no income, no way of getting out of a slump where most days are literally exhausted just from everything and not even being able to get back in shape. That is a real danger, like the danger of the sort that creeps up on you. In my experience, the things that I've always gotten the closest to actually harming me have never been like, this is just a hillside, like having engine fires in your boat, kind of half planned, alone at sea in the middle of the night or a winter night, things like that. That's not dangerous. It's easy to see. You can see everything. You can navigate it. Things that creep up on you are always the worst. I'm damn sure we didn't go here. I think I would have remembered that rock. So, off again. Here we go. No map. No. Like micro exploring. I do really enjoy that, because it's about using my own innate capabilities, and it's about rebooting the natural way of being. It's I'm disturbing it now by doing this chaos vanity video. But the alternative would be 10 times worse. To be left in a, not a limbo, left in a no man's land of fakery and digital control and all sorts of safety things, safety measures all over the place, and totally being, talking mainly about the West here, totally being treated as this kind of trained lapdog of the system or the state or whatever. It's not a way to live. It's not a way to explore anything, be it the outside world or by extension, the inner world. All the old systems, all cultures that you can learn something in. I'm definitely including my own in this lifetime here. In the relative world, just navigating the relative world in a natural way. I think that sets the ground for the inner things. And then the inner things, like the inner development of individuals, but especially like the individuals that are somehow destined to lead by example, or more directly like shamans of the old and other titles in other systems. And I guess I met some of those when we were doing those surveys of Viking graves and things. These people who just knew the woods. They were at home, 100% at home in the woods, and in their tiny little farm, or not the ones that we met. Oh shit, this is slippery. This is actually a little bit dangerous. Not the ones that we met who casually told us, yeah, I found a Viking grave, but I turned it into this flower bed over there. I think one other man, he used one slab for his flower bed and one for his stairs up, like stair step up to the house. Not those types, but the types that often were living at tiny farms, and this was like 70s into early 80s, so some of those farms were still permitted to sort of operate. But I guess most of them were just living maybe off some savings, maybe off some pension or whatever. And shit, this is painful. And not totally giving up. Some of them had chickens, I remember. But I also remember, this is my aunt's husband, where I learned to use a scythe when I was 12. And we came there, we might have been there once when they still had sheep, but I think we basically arrived the summer after they sold their sheep. And bad thing, because his mother was a widow then, and she did not feel good about giving up. And I was cutting the lawn with a scythe, and then my uncle bought that lawnmower, and he proudly showed her, like, oh, I can mow the, look here, it's going to be like a nice lawn. And she picked up these tiny meshed up grass from this manual lawnmower, and she picked it up, and she asked him, but what are we going to do with this? We can't use this. Even when they had no sheep. She wanted us to keep using this guide, so that she could have given it away to the neighbors or something, or turned it into hay, and who knows. And that is, maybe 45 years ago. Shit. I'm so fucking lost. No, maybe not. That new tape, extra layer, extra extension of the tape helps. I haven't got too much left. Got some rope. But it's fine here. It's early in the day. A little water left. It's definitely fine. I would guess that the locals here, they do definitely know which track to use up, and I bet there is another track to use down, or maybe they never do that. I think this is the ridge we passed. I think I'm on the wrong one. Or maybe all the way over there. Oh well. probably survive. This is really steep, but feels like the first really viable track, because I think I can see even down here that this is definitely the track. And when I can see it from that kind of distance, it is probably frequently used. And if it is frequently used, it's not going to end up in a resort or an army camp or something like that. So, good news, I just have to go even slower. Seriously slow. But of course it's also great here. Oh yeah, I was probably right. There's someone has made steps in the stone here. But it's too slippery for me to use. I'll have to go down. I'll have to do the side. I will somehow have to slide along beside that perfect staircase. That's funny. I can hear voices. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Sounds like someone in their house, farm, garden. That's an old tree. There was a fire here. I think most of this hillside burnt up 20 years ago, 15 years ago, something like that. So probably that tree made it. Maybe that's why a track is going past here, because it's an old tree. Who knows? It's because sitting up there reading that even the physical body is illusory. And that you can retain that openness of mind through any kind of situation. This is what I read out of it, not what's directly printed, I guess. But then also that the more realized someone is in, there are so many stages, so someone is close. I'm an idiot. I don't even have a YouTube channel for this, so I'm not even an idiot YouTuber yet. It's hilarious. But essentially, you can keep that purity of mind, that perspective, and there's almost no end to which you can train yourself. And further up here in the mountains and on the other side in Tibet, Bhutan, there are these things that seem to be fingerprints and footprints of different accomplished people. So I'm here lost in a jungle, and who knows what's going to happen. So I'm definitely not capable of anything out of the ordinary. Just so funny. Yeah, wanna grab me. Don't. Well, my neck is saved. But even as I lost, fuck up, I guess I can keep some funny perspective on it all, and if I wreck my knee forever, it's gonna change my trajectory. That's all I know. Is that? I want no spiders, please. Yeah, this is where. Oh well, I'll keep going. That's where the voices came from. Calm tiny farmhouse, as I expected, probably some cowherds. And this is definitely a civilized tract. So. And since that track is going to their hut, there should be no real obstacle unless it's behind some ticket barrier or something. I just don't know. I'm tempted to rip the soles of those to forge myself some new shoes of my own. I skidded again. Lots of bottles here, but seems like a very nice place. I'm sure that I could pop in there and meet some friendly people, but getting closer to somewhere that will lead me back to the city, so here we are. But someone who's decorating their entrance stairways like that. Should be good people. That's the first farm with voices. One with a fence. Down this gully, up here there's mailboxes, so that's a larger settlement up there. And here's the key. In the middle here there's a temple, which means that I'm not gonna meet like a big resort that I have to get around, or some kind of farmland that is fenced off or something like that. I can wring my t-shirt. This is, it's not really hot, it's 24 when I left, but it's clearly possible to get a little dehydrated even when everything is moist around you. I never really seem to get used to that. Someone calling out? I'll get going. It's almost scary. Is there a road ahead? Is there at least a well-used track for motorbikes and things? I'm just happy this is not some other countries. You can definitely run into trouble hiking through someone's backyard like this. Not here. Oh, my sweat is dripping on it. I wonder what that might mean. So this is so civilized and smart. That's offerings on the track. split between the tracks going to two tiny farms here, and that is probably something they place there every morning, and that is of course to appease spirits and anything that might travel along the track, and that is so civilized because there are phenomena like that. This is the kind of thing that I remember the tail end of, doing tiny rituals like that in my own culture when I was 3 years old or so. And here I thought that I saw the hint of cars being driven up here way earlier than now. And here we are, asphalt, concrete. What a weird trip. Okay, I'm so-called safe. Another funny thing, this is so damn steep that even though I'm coming from there, this is more of a load on the knee. I think I'll go in zigzags here, looking like a lunatic again. Worst case, I could buy a live chicken and have some lunch. I wouldn't do that, but every day I spend here, there is something weird. Well, not weird, like something organic, something natural. Oh, this looks like could be a good spot. There is something that a linear, rational mind, like me 30 years ago, or even 10 years ago, coming out of the West, we regard as totally out there. And it just finds its natural solution. Like when there was a food offering, I was planning to do a 72-hour fast. I didn't for different reasons. So there were volunteers coming with lots of food, and it just organized itself, like lined up, and people got different types of food at different times, and seemingly no system to it, but it just happened. And then doing up the dishes, there was no soap, like half of the taps didn't work, and it just happened. Everyone just did it. And at first I thought like, oh well, it's got this mandala thing about it. Everything is organized, everything works up there, which is not the norm even in the technocratic world. So, and then first I thought like, oh, this path is maybe a bit disorganized, like as if I would really care. Not annoyed at all, it's just like observing these things. And then I was wrong, because it's not strictly organized, because you don't need to strictly organize it. Because everyone just makes it happen on their own, together. Or not even together, it's like just like some kind of swarm. And when you start viewing everything here that way, it is all highly organized and effective. Like these magical buses, for instance. Maybe I'll be on a magical bus soon, I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Seems like the steepness is done. That's bloody insane. All that way. All that way with this bloody knee. I probably need to do ultrasound, even though it's like 9 years, no, 7 years ago, and even though it's quite stable, and even though I was able to do longer hikes, the last time I was here, like 25 kilometers in a day, super slow. If it goes again, it might go permanently, and I don't want to have that. I want to be able to walk. I do not want to lose the freedom of walking around random places. That's something I've always done. So maybe that will be on the schedule. Maybe it's gonna be an expedition to some clinic. We'll see. A very peaceful place. My old blanket has been assaulted. Lots of thorns. Oh, this worked. Without that and the knowledge how to use it, I don't know. Really don't know. Yeah, that's definitely fucking leeches. Or is it thorns? I guess it's leeches. Oh well, shouldn't be poisonous. That's a new thing to learn. Some shit about. Oh, look at those. Oh. This is new for me. Come on, give up, you bastard. Shit. Should have taped my No, you're not gonna get any blood from me any longer. Leeches. I just recalled I came down here some months ago, and I do have some long videos about that too. And up in kind of the same hillsides, I met a very strange guy from Finland, and we had this long conversation about essentially how the mind works. But he was kind of outside of any traditions. He basically claimed that he got so depressed at some point, well, he's from Finland, that something just kind of snapped, and then he claimed to have lots of abilities and very little. He claimed to have very little attachment to like worldly things. In the end, he kind of got spooked because I was okay with all of it. I didn't go like, nah, that can't possibly happen. I do not have any of the same experiences or kind of abilities that can be called on. It seemed to me like he had that. He told me that he got spooked. So he got spooked because someone else is okay with him telling this and kind of knowing the terrain, even though I know it as a map, not as the real terrain. And then the other thing happened. He's making his way through the world, and here with no plans, apparently no money, no nothing. So I didn't go along with this. I can heal you. Maybe he actually could do something like that. It's not entirely impossible. He certainly came across as a someone with a strong mind. And then towards the end of that thing, he said like donations help. And through that like few last minutes, I could see like 1,000 rupee note in my mind. I was kind of struggling with it. And now I wonder, like, maybe I didn't struggle with myself too. I never give any money to any random stranger. Maybe he was projecting that. This is a very well-known thing. In all the traditions you can find this kind of thing. But regardless of that, when I eventually made it down to this spot, I was very much in a state of being very happy about it. In some kind of state of mind that was very open, and things did flow like these are the kind of things people and things you can meet here. Doesn't have to be locals, and he said one thing, and that he was impressed by people here because they are calling down entities that are much larger and powerful than themselves, and they are totally fine with it. And he claimed to have never even read about anything about Nepal before. So it's natural to discuss things like this here. It's totally fine, and that is very civilized in my mind. Just remember that tiny story. See if I get the motorbike. I'm just extremely happy because I'm fine walking, and one thing is this knee slipping out. I can control that. I can build a brace or something. But that's it. Some of the original pain came back, but it's faded. And now I'm totally fine walking on asphalt even, with a bit of a load. That's very promising for my goal, which is to slowly hike around in the mountains, carrying everything I need. So I might walk all the way from Budanilkanta to Boda, or I don't know yet. But I'm in this fucking mode, and it's a very good sign. It's just cool. Middle of a random street. Hey there, goats. Hope you get something better to eat. Of course there were more fucking leeches. I'm used to financial leeches, but this one is fucking new. So how do you stop the bleeding? I got no idea. Well, when it bleeds, it also will clean itself out, so fuck it. Worst case, I'll use some super glue. More goats. They will all be eaten, of course. Festival time. So what's that? Maybe a jail? Looks like jail to me. Really happy I'm not up there. Why the hell am I even doing this? This last stretch in the sun is actually maybe the hardest. It's less than 2 kilometers left. Why do I do this? I'm fucking stubborn, that's one reason. I did set my mind on walking like all the way, so now that's not going to be through the forest, it's been through half of its city, so the other is, it works. That's why. Båda? Båda? Okay. Båda. It's okay. Just fucking walk. Still reeks, of course. I got my carpet there. Lots of scrap metal. Oh. This is insane, but still, just do it. My right leg is acting up now, that's typical. away, so it's okay. So I'm going to do a stop here again, like this previous video. This is a very peaceful place, right on the main street. Wheel of life. Big prayer hills. Guess I'll do it the right way after all. This is good. Outdoors. Open doors. So, very nice stop before finding some food. Oh, that's the main entrance. And I'm stuck. Oh shit. The good thing is that I've only had 3 biscuits today, so I was planning to do 72 hours of fast, and then I had all sorts of random things for different reasons. And then when I can switch from having some sugar stored in my body, getting rid of that glycogen, there's no way that anything left now. And my ketogen production goes up in one day under like load like now. And I haven't really been dizzy even once. It's a really good sign. Looking straight at. I never met a jewelry butcher. This prospect is in there. One of the really great meditation masters, so auspicious. Time for a break. Onwards. Guess they had a burnout. Still the same. It'll take a while, that one. Some of the others are rebuilt. Oh, that's already. Stiff legs. Oh shit. Oh. So some food. It's closed here. Festival.
Yeah, I have practiced it.
Remember me? Yeah, you remember me? Dog. Carly, where are you? I hope she's not been scared away. My cat friend is somewhere else too. Where are you? Oh well, food.